Hi, I'm Jean Nolte, editor at Fons and Porter.
And I'm Colleen Tuckey, the sewing specialist at Fons and Porter. In this tutorial, we will show you how to create the ripple effect quilt.
For the pattern for this quilt, go to shopfonsandporter.com/quilting quickly. Okay, we're going to get started. This quilt was made using 2 packs of black and white strips that are 2.5 inches.
Pre-cuts.
Pre-cut strips, and then we just added a gray solid and this green solid to finish it off. So to make this, the first thing you'll do is look at the pattern and cut various lengths of rectangles to make these. And
you'll have matching pairs because you'll see that it makes a stair-step effect off to one side of the green.
Okay, so we're going to start with the first row. The green squares in the center are actually 3.5 inches, just to make it a little more interesting, and then the rest of the strips are 2.5 inches.
Exactly.
So you're going to go ahead and add the first piece on that green square.
Make sure that your 1/4 inch seam is accurate. Since you're only piecing to 2 sides of the square, as you go out, you want accuracy at this point so that everything fits together nice and neat.
Right. You said you also need to keep your wits about you to make sure you put the pieces on the correct side of the square, or your blocks won't all look the same.
Exactly. So what I did when I was piecing is I kept thinking, I read from left to right. So I always will go to the right, put my small piece on there, and then put the roof on the block.
Put it on the top. Okay, so we're ready to join the next
second
piece. So the first 2 pieces that you join are going to be the same fabric.
So when
the first 2 pieces that are added onto this green square. So in this block, it was this little black piece and then this one across the top. Now, it looks like Colleen made this quilt, and when she did that, she was kind of trying to go dark, light, a little bit, you know.
Somewhat.
So they didn't really match up. It got a little bit of contrast there.
I didn't want a stripe effect, dark, light, too strong to be happening. So once in a while, it seems like they kind of meld from one density to the next. But
All right. So you're just pressing it out toward the
outer edge, out and away.
as you go. Okay, so what you've got here is the first round right there. And then what we're going to do is we've got the next 2 pieces cut. What's interesting is this piece is actually the same size as the last one, so that's going to go here.
But always work to the right.
On the right-hand side?
And then
yes, so this
put the
is
roof
always
on.
in the bottom left-hand corner. So then you just continue around until you have all of these, and then the last row is always gray.
Solid gray.
Okay, so we need 30 of those blocks to make this quilt. If we look at the quilt on the wall here, they're all laid out in rows, 6 rows with 5 blocks in each row, so a total of 30 blocks. Now I notice we have kind of a scrappy binding.
Yes. When I got done cutting all the pieces for the blocks, I had leftovers. Well, instead of trying to decide which of those fabrics I would like to use as binding, I just linked the pieces together and used them all up.
Well, it's a great way to use up what you have instead of buying something else too.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us today.
To see more of our videos, go to video.fonsandporter.com.